Oh, hi! Happy Valentine weekend. And, sorry. Well, happy Valentine weekends to those going out and everything. But, first off, it's the weekend. First, I'd like to apologize for last week. I wasn't able to post a video. I was really pretty sick. Actually, I was in the middle of doing a video, and then while talking, I could feel the snot dripping out of my nose. Sorry, but then again, for everybody going out and having things, I'm still not okay. I'm still not 100% cured, but at least I can now talk. Uh, now, for that, actually, for this weekend, we're not going to be doing weekend onesie. Oh, that's a new term. A weekend onesie. We're not gonna be doing a weekend twofer, but we're gonna be doing a weekend threefer. Yes, we're gonna be talking about three different things. Actually, we're not going to duplicate any of the topics for this week. But first off, again, so everybody, happy Valentine. Sorry. For those having Valentine's and Valentine stuff, congratulations and enjoy. Take care. Now, I'd also like to flex my Uniqlo Haiku shirt. It's funny thing. I was just walking around Uniqlo. I was pretty bummed because I wasn't able to get the other designs, and then I just saw this literal one piece, last piece, and it's my size. So, yes. So, big up to Uniqlo Mega Mall. So, well, for our first topic today, it's actually a comeback. Well, actually, we're gonna be talking about a P-pop first. Then we're gonna be talking about J-pop and a J-pop song from a K-pop group, and then we're gonna be doing our toy sharing because we're gonna be sharing the number one lover boy of Jujutsu Kaisen. But then again, let's talk about P-pop first. So, just yesterday, actually, yesterday was a day of three comebacks, three releases yesterday. We had Jisoo releasing Earthquake. I guess it's quick hit on this one because I guess I love Flowers so much that I found Earthquake a bit lacking. But we'll talk about that next week. She's so pretty. But what we're gonna be talking about this week, well, in our first video, is our Philippine PPop Princesses, Bini. So, actually, three songs released. There's Jisoo's Earthquake, there's Bini, and then there's Islet. Yay! And so we're gonna be talking about Islet in my next video. But then again, we're gonna be first talking about Bini's new release, Blink Twice. Actually, since the release of Cherry on Top, which was their first, I guess their all English release, they did two more releases. One is a Pen Shop song, which is their one of their new endorsements. It's a clothing brand. It's a clothing brand. Actually, it's been a long time clothing brand in the Philippines. They actually have nice stuff. Well, not for me, but mostly for girls. And they did one song, and then they did the Coke stage, which is I'm not sure if it's a release for Coke itself or just. So I didn't actually get to have a video on it, but I did like it a lot. But this time we're gonna be talking about the real release, which is called Blink Twice. It features, well, it's not as fast. It is not as actually. It's not even as bubblegummy as Cherry on Top. I'll have to reference it to Cherry on Top because it is basically, I would say it's going to be the follow up to Cherry on Top, since I'm not sure about the Coke stage. So, Cherry on Top had a lot more energy. I would say this is a lot smoother. If I would say it's pretty. It gives me a bit of a jazzy vibe. But one thing that I would have to say with Blink Twice is that it features who Bini really is. What does that mean? Well, in Cherry on Top, we usually have Stacy rapping a lot more, but in she barely had lines in Cherry on Top. Second, and the next thing is the next two is Maloy and Sheena, wherein yes they were doing their lines, but it's not. I would have to say it's not the usual Maloy when she was really showing off her vocal talents, while Sheena on the other hand only had very few lines. So in this one in Blink Twice we had a lot more Maloy and Sheena. Maloy got to really show her stuff, as well as Sheena. She got longer lines. Um, but on the onset, we got a little bit less of Joanna, which is fine. Since she handles a big load actually for the singing, which is good because at least we have Maloy and Sheena now having more lines. Um, what I liked is where Stacy started rapping. I mean, it's not really like a full rap, you should people who are not really familiar with Bini's Filipino songs is that Stacy raps, right? She actually raps pretty well, and now she's starting to do that. It's like breaking out. I feel that it's more of a breakout song wherein, sorry, nothing's leaking. I don't feel anything leaking, but it's that their skills are really their specialties are really starting to come out here in this one. So we have Mika, usually the usual Mika rap, which actually I found better here, a little bit longer as well. Then we had Gwen who has a lot more sassy look. She's pretty. And then it's funny. I used to have an Aya bias for Bini, but then again, I guess everybody got it up a notch. Everybody just like, ooh, super glow up for everybody. Now I think my biases would be Stacy and Gwen. No, everybody. Who am I kidding? I love everybody. I love Sheena's shorter hair. She did that towards the end of 2024. Actually suits her a lot. It gives her a little bit more maturity in her look. I also the CG in the music video is cool. It's great. It's more futuristic with robotic stuff. It's not bubblegummy, but it's still there. Outfits. They had two outfits, but more like a space cowboy theme and like a retro theme. Looks really good. Looks a lot really nice. The space cowboy, oh, they're so sexy. But I like their outfits. No. It would be a hot take that I like the outfits here more than Cherry on Top. But one thing I kind of didn't like is the dance is not too dynamic, unlike Cherry on Top. So, I mean, of course they're not gonna be dancing on a high level always, but for this song, the choreography fits, but it is not Cherry on Top. Yes, if there's one thing that I have to say, which might not be a build up to Blink Twice, is that yes, choreography is a little bit. I mean, it's a little. I wouldn't say it's lacking, but it's not as dynamic as Cherry on Top, but they did pretty well. It's actually pretty. It's actually pretty. Honestly, it's pretty. It's just pretty conflicting because I was so excited for Islet's almond chocolate that I almost forgot about Bini. that I'm sorry. I actually watched Almond Chocolate first before Beanie, but I did enjoy Beanie a lot. I've always enjoyed Beanie. So, for people watching, please, I'll put links. I'll put links once I have the video up. I'll put links to the MV of Beanie's Blink Twice, and I would say it's a great comeback. It's a okay. I'm using K-pop terms, but I guess let's use K-pop terms since it's a single. It's a great comeback. It's a great comeback. It's a great follow up to Cherry on Top, wherein they were able to show off their songs and their talents to the global market, and then now they're now coming out with another song which has a different vibe, a little bit more chill vibe, but shows off more of their talents. Right? So I think it's a good follow up, since this time, now that you've seen them as a group, now you're gonna see how good they are, and that's what they're doing. It's a great idea, and I can't wait for more Beanie stuff. Actually, I'm still waiting for the SB19 comeback, but it's great for P-pop right now. Our P-pop princesses are back, and everybody. Well, a lot of groups, a lot of people have already started talking about Beanie's Blink Twice, and you guys have to watch it again.